Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, I know that guy. He comes in the morning. For lunch, he gets chicken salad, toasted with whole wheat, and the same medium black coffee. The same. Every day. Every day.
Bob Lewis. Bob Lewis? Bob Lewis? I know there's a Rail Mercer who's retiring. Was he with the Shopping Channel as well?
Patient man.
Mentor.
The nicest, most honest person I've ever met.
A lot of fun to work with.
Fun to fight with.
A great sense of humor.
A true journalist.
He's a very pleasant fella.
Smart.
A great sense of people.
The Canadian classic.
And has great hair.
He's been a man of dignity and integrity, and he's one of the most kindest people I have ever met.
He seems to be pretty interested and adventurous about trying stuff that a lot of people don't want to.
Bob really was the person that inspired me to grow a beard.
While all of those around him are joking and making fun, Bob is making sure that we do what we have to get done. Every time he engages someone, the respect in the eyes of the person with whom he's speaking. And that's very rare, and that's perhaps the greatest testament that any of us could ever pay to Bob.
If I had to come up with a defining characteristic, it would undoubtedly be his thinly disguised but absolute stubbornness.
I mean, he's the world's nicest guy. In this dirty, filthy business we work in, so many feuds and everything, and I don't know that Bob Lewis has a single enemy. I've never heard of, if he has, it's a secret. I've never heard of him, and I know everybody.
When I first met Bob Lewis, I was scared to death because I'd never met anybody that smart before, but you know, it paid off. He wrote me a letter to journalism school, and I'm sure that letter got me in.
Bob Lewis and I met probably about 35 years ago, 30 years ago on Parliament Hill. He was a Time magazine correspondent. I was a budding photographer with Canadian Press. Working in the scrums with reporters, it was always good to be next to Bob because he always gave you a little extra space to make sure you got the shot.
I think our proudest moment when I was working for Bob, and I think for him as well, was when we did the series, the investigative series on sexual abuse in the military. It just illustrated Bob's commitment to news and hard-nosed reporting.
I think it was 1991, when one of Bob's sons, I think it was Tim, was thinking about university, and Bob came up with the idea of doing some sort of university rankings. So for all those successful years that Bob and Maclean's produced the university rankings and still continue to do, everybody should know that it was Bob's idea, along with Michael Benedict in a discussion, that came up with the amazing idea that still is carried on today.
In the 27 years that I worked with him, we fought all the time over a comma. And then we'd go off and have a drink.
Nobody got what we were doing. Working across magazines, across verticals, nobody understood how to do it. Any success that we had, any movement or convincing we were able to do was purely because of people's faith in you.
Bob is a great champion of content in a world that is changing, that is becoming dominated by marketing and sales forces.
Bob Lewis actually was responsible for funding one of the most successful programs your department's ever done with us on the poll on how the world sees Canada. That was a spectacular effort.
Papa, now you're retired, you can spend more time with me.
I know you've had an amazing career, and I'm glad that you're going to get out of the corporate world and maybe do something on your own, maybe some contracts, maybe get yourself on the internet. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next step's all about.
You've led the way online and in print and everywhere around Rogers, and it's been a pleasure. Good luck.
Medicine these days is about guiding people to the right places and mentoring and sort of co-problem solving, and I really feel like you've done that for me. You've been my doctor of media.
You've had certainly a long and illustrious career, and we wish you nothing but the best.
My advice, Bob, is you can stop, but you'll never quit.
All the very best with your retirement.
All the best, Bob.
Congratulations.
Take care, we'll miss you.
Congratulations.
Good luck in your retirement.
I wish you all the best, my friend.
Good luck in your retirement.
Thank you, Bob.
Papa, now that you're retired, I'm your new boss and you're late for work.